What is going on, my friends? Today I want to talk about some of the most overrated badges in NBA 2K25. These are badges that you would think are popping up a lot, and they're really just not popping up a lot. These are badges that you would think at a 94 level they're really good, but you can get the same productivity out of that badge at a 94 as you can at an 85. So I'm going to talk about a few of those today. If you like this kind of content, leave a like. Obviously, you guys have been showing a lot of love and support to the channel recently, and I'm very grateful, very thankful for that. Sub up if you're new. We're on the road. It feels like we just hit 2,000 subs, and we're already at 2,100 subs. So you guys have been showing a lot of love and support to the channel this year. I really thank you for that. And we're on the road to 3,000 subs now. So sub up if you're new. Let's just get right into the video. The first badge that I want to talk about as overrated. If you're you've been subbed to the channel, you probably already knew this was going to happen, but I don't think that Immovable Enforcer is quite worth it compared to NBA 2K24. Last year, if you were picking up someone full court and you had this badge, it was popping up every single time you bumped him. No joke. Full court press, Immovable Enforcer was coming up. You stop him on the perimeter, Immovable Enforcer was coming up. You got through a screen, Immovable Enforcer was popping up. This year, it's really more emphasis on ball handlers in the paint area. So if you're playing against, let's say, a 5-out and you're a lock on a team, or you're in the random rec and you're guarding someone that has a 99 dunk, you're going to notice this badge popping up a lot because you're stopping that guy from getting into the paint. That's when this is going to pop up a lot. It's never going to pop up on a ball screen. It's never going to pop up because you walled someone up on the perimeter or bumped them up the court, 60 feet. That's going to be your on-ball menace that pops up in those situations, right? This is going to pop up on dunks, on layups, finishing at the rim. That's when this is going to pop up. Now, if I'm a 6'4" lock, I'm going to have 85 strength for sure. No doubt about it. I had a 6'6" lock I posted a little bit ago, and I had a 71 strength, and people were saying, you don't have enough strength, blah, blah, blah. I do. 71 strength is enough on a 6'6" lock. I just wouldn't go above the gold level to get this badge. Like, if you're making a build and you're like, I want Immovable Enforcer on Hall of Fame because I want to be the best defender I possibly can be. I haven't ran into a single lock this year playing competitive Pro-Am, and I've played over 500 games of Pro-Am this year at point guard. I have not come across a lock that was really good that had a ton of strength. Every single lock that I've come across that's really good has a lot of speed and a lot of agility, and I go to work against 6'4" locks. I'm not scared of 6'4" locks at all. I fear the 6'6" locks that have less strength. So I feel like me being a point guard this year in Pro-Am, like I've said, I've played over 500 games in Pro-Am, so I really have gotten a lot of experience against this badge right here. And I just don't think it's worth having above gold. So to me, that makes it overrated. But it also shows that the value of it can be very good at an 85. But at the same time, you don't even need this badge at a high level when it comes to a 6'6" lock. So that would be my first overrated badge of 2K25. My second one, again, being a Pro-Am point guard. I have a lot of experience with this badge. Unpluckable is not worth it at the Hall of Fame level. The difference between Hall of Fame and gold is nothing. This year, there's a lot of flukies in general, whether you have Hall of Fame, and I've even badge plus won this to legend. How effective it is with the badge plus one at legend compared to just a pure legend dribble stat, I don't know. But I'm telling you that the difference between gold, really from silver to gold and gold to Hall of Fame, there's just no difference. I get ripped the same way no matter what level of Unpluckable I have. If the ball is hanging out there in front of my defender and he can just time it right, like, he's going to get a steal no matter what. Obviously, you're going to get your flukies, but you're going to get fluky steals no matter the level of Unpluckable. Like, no one in this game, I haven't seen anyone that just hasn't gotten ripped. Like, my lock that I play with and my Pro-Am team, he guards a 5'9" point guard, let's say, and he can get plucks on him, and that guy has a 99 ball handle. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I had a 99 ball handle, or if I have a 96 ball handle, the flukies don't happen as much, but the fact that they happen as much as they do makes me feel like this badge really, you know what I'm saying, is not, it's necessary to have just because it will limit the flukies, but for a Hall of Fame badge, 96 ball handle is just, you expect better things out of the badge. So to me, it's going to be overrated. And if it's no different at Hall of Fame to gold, then, you know, do you think that that's an overrated badge? If you don't, you know, maybe I'm talking crazy, but, you know, to me, I don't know. I just think that it's a little overrated to me. That might be a hot take. Another badge that I think is a little overrated, and again, being a point guard, I feel like it's easy for me to judge this. Bailout is a bit overrated in the sense that bronze feels no different than silver, and I think gold is just too expensive. Obviously, if you're someone that is bailing out constantly, which I don't know why you would be, then sure, you know, go ahead and do it. But I've been doing bailouts, you know, all year long with a 89 pass pretty much, and just recently got to 92 pass, and the silver bailout doesn't feel any different. To get a badge silver at 92, or excuse me, at 91, like, is that worth it? I feel like that's probably overkill. You'd have to be passing quite a bit to really notice that badge, like a lot. Obviously, if you're taking a bad shot and you pass out of it, very worth it, but a little overrated in my opinion. Same thing with versatile visionary. You need silver at 89. With the way defense is played this year, if you just put your hands straight up in the air, like, you're going to get a bunch of fluky steals. That's another way to get fluky steals. Versatile visionary gold 95, like, no, that is not worth it at all. And 89 is probably overkill. Like, you really just need this at the bronze level, which is 78. To go from 78 to 89 and there to be no difference in the passes that I'm able to make, you know, it's an overrated badge because of that. You know, a plus 11 and no difference at all in a stat is sad, to be honest with you. And it's very disappointing as a point guard. And I'm never going to get it on gold because I'm like 95 passes overkill. 89, 92 is like the highest I think you should go. Maybe 93 if you're a center. But even then, you don't even have versatile visionary on gold. Even then, you don't even have bailout on gold. So those two badges right here are terribly overrated in my opinion. So yeah, a lot of guard badges. Let me talk about some of the big man badges now. A couple badges that I think are really overrated, and they've always been overrated. Post lockdown, not enough. You don't come across enough inside center builds to notice this badge. It's very easy to get as a center on bronze and silver. To me, if the best level for the badge is bronze or silver, it's probably overrated. Like, I'm sure gold is really good. I've posted builds stating like 88 interior on this build is sweet. I just posted a back end build that has 88 interior, but that's because it's a 6'6" build guarding, and we want it to guard 7-foot builds. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're 7 feet tall, do you really need 88 interior for this badge to be on gold? No. And the difference between silver and bronze is almost zero. So, you know, the badge is overrated if you go up level after level, bronze to silver to gold, and there's no difference. So from bronze to silver, there's an 8 attribute point difference, and there's no difference like in the productivity of the badge. So to me, that makes it overrated. The last one I'm going to talk about for this video, a lot of people have been talking to me about some of my builds saying like, you don't need a 90 standing dunk, and I don't want to say you're correct, but I definitely get your angle. You know what I'm saying? You don't need 90 standing dunk. You don't really get a ton of like elite contact dunks this year compared to last year at least. And with the RNG this year, to be honest with you, like, layups are going in at a more efficient rate. Close shots with the paint prodigy are going in at a more efficient rate. People using, and I use real player percentage as well as on my layups and close shots. So I definitely, I'm not gonna make fun of you people for using real player percentage. Like, that's what you should be doing. 2K is designed this year for more RNG, so we should just abuse it. the dunks should be happening at a greater rate, pretty much. Whether it's posterizer, rise up, you know, you have to be standing directly under the rim to get a rise up. So how often does that happen for a center? You know, you got to have someone passing the ball really, really well. If you're running random rec, like, you do not need rise up. Like, I would go more for close shot, in my opinion. I'm going to post a build, actually, the best random rec build, and it may have very little dunk because you're not catching bodies as much as you should compared to the RNG real player percentage. Like, if it was evened out, like, I would say this badge is awesome, but more contested layups with real player percentage are going in than contact dunks, and that's for both dunk stats compared to both layup stats. So to me, that makes the posterizer and rise up badge a little overrated this year, in my opinion. Last year you could meter dunk like there was no tomorrow, and it was the easiest thing you could ever do in 2K. This year they've really toned it down. You can come in late for the contest on the dunk and you might just miss it. The amount of dunks I've missed this year, just because it granted someone a really solid contest for closing out late, is a bit absurd, to be honest with you, and a bit frustrating as well. So that's why I think that these are a little overrated in my book. But wanted to get this video out because I think with RNG this year, you know, a lot of people are complaining about shooting this year too, but I think, you know, Limitless is the only badge that's really might be labeled as overrated, but I still think it's a badge that you need because it's going to pop up every time you're shooting from 27 feet or deeper. So, you know, the RNG is really affected in the layups this year and the finishing at the rim, in my opinion. That's what I'm seeing in the random rec. That's what I'm seeing in park, theater. Everyone's using real player percentage, and it's really ruining, you know, the finishing categories this year in NBA 2K25. I wanted to get this video out to you guys though, so let me know what you think about this kind of video in the comments below. Let me know what badges I may have missed. I'm sure that there's more badges I could have talked about, but these are the badges that I'm experiencing with a lot of just fluky poop. Sub up if you're new. I love talking about this game with you guys. I know it's been a tough year with the amount of RNG for a lot of people, but I'm still having fun with it, to be honest with you. I don't love the game, but you know, I play this game a lot, so I'm not going to bash it. But yeah, let me know what you think about this content below. Sub up if you're new. I appreciate the love and support as always. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. Peace.